What's up, everybody? This is Bram Slam. Welcome to the Binding of Isaac. I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving, and I hope y'all are ready for the coming Christmas as much as I am. It's gonna be a fun month. A lot of doing nothing, a lot of sitting back, playing video games, watching Netflix, the usual. But today we're gonna be playing a really special game that I really enjoy, and it's kind of weird to say that because I often die more than I win in this game, but it's still fun. Even though I die about 8 out of 10 of the games that I play, I enjoy it a lot. It's called Binding of Isaac. This isn't the DLC. This is just the original 2 Rebirth, which is a remake of the original Binding of Isaac. There is a DLC out called Afterbirth. It pretty much changes a lot of things in the game, like damage, enemies, rooms, items that you pick up, item, workings, mechanics, things like that. Rooms do different things to you. It was a big change. I already have it. I haven't really been playing it too much because it made the game a lot harder than what you're seeing right now. So it kind of turned me off of the game a little bit. I haven't really played it since the release of it, but I still enjoyed the game and I like it a lot. What I just picked up, the Cat O' Nine Tails, is gonna get up the speed and the damage up on us. It's also gonna put these little whip symbols on our face, which is kind of funny. Unicorn Stump is a usable item. It's not a passive. It pops up there in the top left, and it does have a mana pool that you're gonna have to watch out for when you're wanting to use it. It does have a cooldown. I believe you have to kill enemies for it to get back up. But when you do use it, it's kind of most relatable to the star on Super Mario. When you pick it up and you go like rainbow mode, I believe I do it in this room here in a second. This is what it does right here. And you can't shoot tears while that's activated, but you do a lot of damage. Mutant Spider Quad Shot. As you can see, it's gonna buff up our single shot of tear into a quad shot of 4. I do believe it actually like drops your spears down, or your tears down a little bit, so you do shoot a little bit slower. But I do think the 4 shots is way better than 1 quick shot, especially when you build damage up later in the game. Like I was saying, as you can see, the gameplay you're playing right now is sped up a little bit. It turns a 30-minute video into a 20-minute, which I think would be which is a big boost for y'all. I wouldn't want to sit down in a 30-minute Binding of Isaac video, really. It's pretty long. So I'm speeding up the non-boss parts, but I'm just trying to get through the rooms and destroy all the meaningless objects in my way. But like you see, for the items and for these bosses, I am going back to regular speed. Toothpicks, tears, and speed shot. So it's going to put these toothpicks on our eyes so you can see the eye sockets bleeding up there. And it's just going to make us shoot a lot quicker, which is very, very helpful. And it also makes our tears red, as you can see, which is kind of weird, kind of creepy. As you can see right now on the screen, we are fighting what is called a micro boss, which isn't a full boss. It could be considered a full boss in the early, like the first level, but later on they'll actually put like 2 or 3 miniature bosses in each field as you go down, just to kind of get in your way and slow you down a little bit. Coming down here, we don't have any keys for that room back there. So right now I was just trying to find a key to get into that gold room, and the gold room is what they do. They usually have items, as you can see. This is one of the Zodiac. This is called the PCs or Pixies or whatever. I can't really pronounce it well, but it's gonna put a little diamond field on us, as you can see. Well, you can't really see it, but our skin is now diamond covered, and that increases our tears and our knockback. Check out the little chubby man. This guy isn't too difficult. He does shoot that tri-shot in every direction, the 360 spray. We have 3 hearts right now. Well, 2.5 now, so it's not too much of an obstacle, but when you do have like 2 or 1 heart, this guy is pretty tough, because you also got to watch out for his little green creep that he releases everywhere. Not only does it damage you, I believe it does slow you down. This right here is called the screw, tears and shot speed up, and it also puts a little screw necklace around our neck. Pretty good item. I really want to get more health in the playthroughs that I go through. Health is my main concern, especially in the characters that start out with like 2 or 1. The little bone key that you saw, the little skeleton key, it allows us to open any door on this level without having to use one of our actual keys. So it's one of the better pickups that we found so far. And the little buddy that we found, the headless baby, he drops a creep similar to that yellow creep that y'all saw earlier from that boss. So any enemy that does step on the blood will be damaged, and I do think it slows them down a little bit, which is really good with the bosses that are mobile. So any of like the worm bosses or the jumping ones like Monstro, it does a lot of damage to them, especially when your damage boost is up. It kind of, I believe it does carry over to him, which is pretty good. These little boxes do use a key, but we do have the skeleton key, so it ignores it. Just got a key and a heart out of it. Those don't usually drop anything too good besides keys and hearts. Like that was a little miniature boss of the giant worms. I think Larry Jr. is his name. Come in here, this is a little shop. You can put donations in the top left, which upgrade as you put coins in them, and it does give you better items. I picked up a little blue heart, and once I lose that heart, it's gone for good, and I can't really get it back. So it's pretty good for like boss fights, but you definitely don't want that rather than red hearts. Got a HP ups, and we're now up to 4 hearts, which is really good. Coming on down, I think we have 3 more floors to go. Take out the little brains. They also drop the red creep. Just pretty annoying. Okay, and these guys right here, you have to shoot them from behind. You can see their brain is exposed from behind. You can shoot them from the front to kind of slow them down, but it doesn't really do it for long. They're kind of annoying. Not too bad. Bible track, faith up. And if you do build your faith up, after defeating a bunch of bosses, it will open up like a heaven gate instead of a hell gate. So you actually can, like you saw that little white thing on my heart now. It's part of the holy health, which you can build those up, and it's exactly like a blue one, but it just overlays on your red health. But like I was saying, when you build your Holy Spirit up on here, you have a chance of spawning a heaven instead of a hell after beating a boss, which means it'll give you items and you don't have to pay your life force for it. And the little guy I picked up now is a little haunt. He's another follower, and he'll chase down the enemies and do damage to them, and he'll also get them into a it kind of puts like a purple layer onto them, like you just saw, for like half a second, and it kind of slows them down and makes them run away from you. Here's another example of a miniature boss. His name is Dingo or something like that. Little Dingo. I'm not really sure. I don't remember his name. It's been a while since I played. But he just jumps around, shoots some doo-doo clogs at you, and then he also chases after you. Pretty easy boss like Monstro, but like I said, he's just a miniature boss in the later levels because he really has no HP at all. This is one of the horsemen, I do believe. When you get him down to like half health, or maybe quarter health, he does separate from his horse, I believe. Yeah, and so he just goes into head mode and just aggroes on you and chases you. He's one of the easier ones. Some will go like fly across the screen, and then they'll detach from their horse and attack you while their horse still chases you down. So we got pretty lucky this time. Okay, we got 2 more layers down, and I do believe this is going to be the layer where we fight Mom's Foot. Pretty easy fight when you're pretty OP like we are right now. Keep our fingers crossed. And that little door at the bottom, it has 2 locks on it, so compared to a yellow door, it takes 2 keys instead of 1. And as you can see, they don't really give you that good stuff. I usually actually get pretty unlucky. It could give you really good stuff, but my luck on here is horrible. So it's probably just me. And the little bandages I forgot to tell you about. The little ball twisting around. When enemies come near, it'll damage them if that's in there. If it's in that rotation on their side. It's a pretty good item. It also deflects tears and different damage types that are coming your way, which is really helpful. I didn't want to pick up that spider item because our little Mario thing is really good. Those guys right there, you didn't really get to see any attacks from them. That is a bigger version of them, which is a boss. And if y'all never played the game, he shoots a big beam of laser out of his stomach, or he also has a chance to shoot little aliens out. Pretty good enemy. Here's some more of these little brain boy creature things. Okay, now this, if you're playing through the first time, I believe this is the first final match. So you destroy Mom's foot and the game ends, and that's win number 1 for you. But after beating it one time, you actually keep going. And you'll see that here in a second. So as you can see on the left, that's a little hell entrance I was telling you about. If you build up your faith, it'll be a chance of being a heaven. And on the right, this is going to be a giant room, which when I did do this playthrough, I didn't realize that once you pick up one of those items, it's a long boss fight. It's a long boss fight that ensues after of every single boss in the game, pretty much. So this is a good time for y'all to see every single boss that you'll be able to fight in the game. Alrighty, and we're back 20 years later after I killed every boss in the game 2 times. Anyway, as you can see going through this door right here, I didn't know at the time, is not worth it. I got 1 item, 99 bombs, and that's about it. So, word to the wise, do not go in the broken wall after fighting Mom. That is a horrible idea. I almost died about 3 times. So just take my advice, unless you want to fight all the bosses at one time, do not do it. I was not really that good built for that, but I did end up winning, which was really lucky on my part. Anyway, moving on. We got another little skeleton key, which means, like I said earlier, we can open up any door on the level without having to use our actual keys, which is really helpful. Another little miniature boss. Not really a challenge after having to fight all of hell's creatures earlier. Okay, that little hand that you just saw, I don't really pick it up that often. I do believe that when you do pick it up, the rooms to your left have a chance of getting a really good item. We're down to half a heart. At the time of me playing, I really expected to die right here. I was just hoping I could get a heart, which wasn't happening. Moving along, the next fight will determine pretty much if I win or lose. So I'll just use my little Mario thing. Poison Touch, pretty good item. Not when you have half a heart. It doesn't really, it's not going to really help us that much. But whenever we have the Poisonous Touch, it's going to take damage to the people that are touching me. Which is exactly how it sounds. If an enemy touches me, they take poison damage. But at half heart, if one of them touches me, I'm dead. So it's not really going to help us that much. And it's going to bring our speed down 1, which actually harms us more than helps us in this point in the game. As you can see up top, we're 28 minutes into the game, but due to me speeding up everything, we're about 16 minutes in. I basically just kind of cheat the system right here and use my little Mario touch thing and defeat that boss. Growth hormone, speed and damage up. It's going to put these warts all over our face. It's going to give us a crimson chin off of Fairly Odd Parents, if you've ever seen that show. This is a little room with a little weirdo in the middle that's going to drop some spiders when we destroy him, and nothing helpful at all. We do have 1 red heart and 1 blue heart. We do have 2 hearts, but the bad thing about it is once we lose the blue heart, it's gone. I really tried to utilize the little Mario thing as much as I could, because at this point, if I take any damage, it's pretty much over. Now we're at 3 hearts. 1 is losable forever and ever. Got another key that we really don't need. Another mini boss fight. They break into like thousands of miniature creature things and worms. And they don't really give us anything good. Hopefully he gives a heart. I don't really remember what he did give. Yeah, half a heart. Good little room to utilize the Mario star power. And we're on the road to the final boss fight. Now these aren't Larry's. I forgot what these worms' names were. But they're just huge versions of the tiny ones. They're not too powerful. We're at 2.5 hearts. Another mini boss fight from the beginning of the game. Those are some of the really difficult early game bosses for me, because they also drop a creep as well as chase you down and shoot junk at you. And here's the final boss room. I don't believe we did go. Yeah, we're not gonna go straight in there. We're gonna go explore some of these other rooms to try and get some hearts back. Those eyes are pretty powerful. They shoot little laser beams at you. I don't know what those little tentacles coming out of the ground do. They've never really damaged me or done anything. But moving on, and we are heading to the final boss room, so I'm gonna let that play out. And I want to thank all of y'all for watching. This is the Cryptic Kings channel. Make sure you check all the other videos out on this channel. Got some Madden, Blue Estate, Counter-Strike, got some Skyrim, all the good stuff. I want y'all to have a great Christmas coming up. We will be having some more videos coming out this week, so everybody have a good one. Thanks.